Whoa. Went to the wrong one. There it is.
All right, there it is. Okay.
Turn your other off. All right. Welcome everybody to another Georgia Archery podcast. I'm your host, Big John Chandler, and this is where we talk about anything and everything to do with archery in the state of Georgia and Georgia archers wherever they may shoot. Oh, look at that. He
Yeah.
must have it. You have it feeding, don't you?
Yeah, I do. I got you. I turned it off. I turned it off. I got you.
We don't echo. Look, one of the seven watching us is you. How about that?
I got to make sure. I got to make sure I can read these comments coming through. Well, if we get a couple of comments, you know.
Well, I can hit comments on the look, it's my phone too.
Oh, there
Look
you go. See, I wasn't the only dummy this time.
at this. Watch. Look, that's the first comment. Greg says, watching yourself.
That's right. That's well. You know me. I got. I gotta look good, baby.
Oh, well, anyway, this is this is us and let's see saltwater baby over there that remember the last time we talked before we get into big on everything that's going on
Okay.
this past weekend. You didn't you I guess you sat at home and did nothing all weekend, didn't you? Because you didn't get
Man, I did a bunch of nothing all weekend. That's what
yeah,
that's exactly what.
you wasn't going to the ASA. Remember that?
Hey, I surprised a few folks. Heck, I surprised myself.
You said I ain't going to the ASA. You know,
Yeah, yeah. Well,
I ain't going to the ASA.
when you get a little itch, and you get tossing and turning in the bed, and then your wife's like, "Hey, look here, just get up and go. Just get out of here." I'm like, okay, I'll do that.
What up, Danny? Oh, there's Daddy. Look
Oh, I see
in
him
the
over there. Okay,
house.
yeah, I see the comments over there, Trinda. Yeah, I see him now.
I shot my bow, Brian, and had a blast doing it. That's all I can say.
There you go. That's right. That's all that matters, man.
That's
That is
right.
all that matters. If you get out there and shoot your bow, that's all that matters. We put a lot of stress on ourselves with them scores, and
For sure.
I think there's a lot to be said about just going out there and
Just
shooting, man.
having
Just have a
fun.
good time. Just have a good time.
What's up, Jesse? We see you in the house. Gave us a wave.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
You got
Well,
Danny over there.
yep. Everybody's hanging out, doing their thing. So how was your weekend?
I had a good weekend, man. I enjoyed myself. I take that back. I mean, I ain't gonna say I didn't have a good weekend, but it was kind of like a bittersweet. It's almost bittersweet, really, because I did end up going, right? So I wasn't supposed to go, and and then my wife had an emergency at work, so she ended up having to go to Myrtle Beach. And matter of fact, she's in Myrtle Beach now, and we were supposed to be in Key West and with my daughter for spring break and everything like that. But anyway, she had that emergency and we weren't gonna be able to go and everything. And she's like, and I'm pacing the house and I'm walking around and I'm just, because I can't sit down, I'm antsy because I know she's either fitting to put me to work or I'm just gonna be around the house. I ain't gonna be doing nothing, all weekend. And finally she's like, just get out of here, just go. And I'm like, all right, heck yeah. So it was almost bittersweet. Like I went by myself. So I didn't have my crew with me. You know what I mean? I didn't, so I didn't have like the whole crew that we normally take. So it was kind of bittersweet. Daddy stayed. My wife didn't go. Sean didn't go. I mean, there was a bunch of folks that ended up not going. I don't think Greg didn't go. Buster and James went, and that was pretty much it from our little crew or whatever, man. But hey, I had a good time though, man. It was almost like I was in my own little world there for a little while. Like I just kind of shot my bow and had a good time, and that was it.
For sure. Well, as everybody knew I was going,
Mm-hmm.
as Jonathan Caldwell said, I was pimping that new white Hoyt shirt. Had a great time. We were supposed to leave about 3 hours earlier than we left.
Okay.
Mike Beam, good guy, rode down with him, and he says, "Hey, I just got." He had to run by and stop at the shop. I left around lunchtime to go home, make sure everything's packed. He said, when he was leaving Gainesville, I left the shop. Well, he sends me a message and says, I am 20 minutes from the shop, but I do not have my boat. I forgot it.
Well, I can't say I ain't never done something like that before. Now I have. So,
Turned Turn around, drive all the way back to Gainesville,
right,
north side of Gainesville, all the way back. So that put us, that's an hour and a half, an hour and a half. That's 3 hours later than what we was wanting to be.
right.
So anyway, it was fine, because we had a good time riding, talking. We went to back roads down there, so we didn't have to fight the traffic in Atlanta back around to 285 to 85. Had a good time. Got down there, went just enough time to drive over before it got dark to go, hey, this is where it's at, because he's never been to an ASA. This is his first one.
Really?
Yep. So, so I had to shoot at 9 the next morning. Let me try to catch up on some. Taylor, good evening. Make sure I got everybody over here. Look, Brian says she
saw me
pouting. Yep. What up, Buster?
Yeah, Chrissy was with Buster this time, so she actually shot.
She
so
did shoot.
That was
I saw
super
that.
cool. Yeah, that was super cool. Yeah.
Equipment check.
Yeah.
Before you leave, yes, sir. That's exactly right.
Yeah.
But yeah, we had a good time. Got down there 9 o'clock in the morning. It was my shoot time for Friday morning. So I went over there and shot a couple of the animal targets. Went out, and I shot safe. I really was, because I was not warmed up. I hadn't practiced the day before, so I was shooting a little safe, a little less. What up there, Josh? I was just, so I threw an 8 here and threw an 8 there and here an 8 there, an 8 and everywhere an 8. But it was on the back half. I stayed in the 10 most of the time until I got to the back half, and then it just sort of fell out. And it was, I think I was sort of semi aiming at them, and I really, I had not got myself up to it. So I finished 10 down on the first day, but I had a blast, man. It's been 4 years since I had been to one of them. And I saw people I hadn't seen in almost 4 years.
There you go. Yeah.
And then the next morning, Mike, his time was 7:30. And so he had to go do his thing early. So we checked out the motel, and I just sat back and relaxed in the truck for a little while, let the sun come on up, and let all y'all shoot in the dark.
Not me.
Then, well, that's
I'm not shooting in the dark.
Anyway, so I think they pushed some of the guys' times to 8 so that they could see.
Yeah, they pushed it back 30 minutes.
And then so I come through there, and I have to give my boy Ken Wood some credit. He walked over and asked me what I was doing, and I was like, he goes, John, you already screwed the pooch yesterday. You can't win nothing. You might as well gun for him. And he said, I may take that stabilizer off and beat you with it if you don't freaking shoot at the 12s,
That's right.
So I shot. He watched me shoot a 5 on the. It was the little whatever, and that's when he told me that, and I was like, So I went on a tear. I shot 5 in a row.
That's good.
Right after that. And
you tend to gain a little momentum whenever you start clipping them like that. You know what I mean? You gain a little bit more momentum, more motivation, a little confidence,
and I started clipping them. I had worked myself back to +1 after the 5. So, and the couple of 8, 8 or I think I had 1 8 before that, 2 8s, whatever it was. I had worked myself up to, I was back in the plus side. Last target, I shoot a 5. So I'm 4 down on the second round, but I mean, two 5s, couple of 8s, and still only be 4 down. I know I hit some 12s. So
yeah, there you go.
I had a great time. It was a ball. Kenwood. Yep. Sure did. Anyway, that's how mine went. Yours went. You got up early in the morning, drove down like in the middle of the night.
Mm-hmm. Yep. So we drove down. So I drove down middle of the night, got there, hadn't even registered, and and then I go register, right? So they put me, and ASA is kind of unique in that situation where as long as you make it to the stake, but when they say,
Oh
whenever
yeah,
they
they
say,
that last
let's
minute
go,
sign in. Yep.
you can go. You know what I mean? So
Jesse said there were some super stupid high scores this weekend, and that's true. There were
yeah,
some.
they were.
There was.
There was some really high scores this weekend. But
Yep.
so anyways, I knew relatively what my shooting time is going to be because we always generally shoot after the pros, right?
Yep.
So I knew that the pros got to shoot before me, so I'm looking like 11:30, 12, maybe something like that is going to be my time.
Yep.
Generally, it's 1 o'clock and 11:30. Generally, is what it is. So I was like, man, as long as I make it there by then, I'm good. So I pulled in and shot. I think I shot the bags. I shot 6 arrows at the bag, I think. And then
Yep.
I walked down to the Sims and I shot a round at the 40-yard sim just for practice, just because I didn't feel like walking across the parking lot all the way to the practice range. And so I just used Sims for practice. And then I walked to the stake, man. You know what I mean? And I had a good time. I had a good time. Now, they had 83 people in my class, and so there was some spillover. So I ended up having to shoot with the seniors. And that's not unnormal. There was like 7 or 8 of us that had to shoot with the seniors. I wasn't the only one, but there was like 7 or 8 of us that shot with the seniors.
So
So
you're
I had
just saying your day one was their day two, and their day two was your day one.
you know what? And I didn't know that at the time. I didn't know they had an option. I didn't know seniors had an option. I
Yeah.
thought all 50-yard classes, they took that option away from all 50-yard classes. I was under that impression
Yeah.
until they started talking about, and I don't know this guy, so I'll probably slaughter his name. There was one senior that had something go wrong with his bow. A cam blew up on his bow or whatever. He wasn't allowed. He didn't get to shoot Friday, so he got everything squared away. So he was going to come back and shoot Saturday, knowing that he could shoot Sunday, and they didn't let him. I don't know what his name is, but they said, no, we're not going to let you shoot. And they ended up not letting the dude shoot. I personally think I don't know the reason why,
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
but that was kind of the buzz going on around on the
I
range,
got you,
you know what I
because it
mean, or
was on yours
whatever.
on this. But I'm saying is you shot. I don't know what you shot C and D or
C and D. Yeah.
so. So while the regular 50 guys were on D, you shot C and back and forth. So y'all both shot the same ranges. You just shot them at different times.
That's right.
I got you. Okay.
So, anyway, so we get there. They put me with a group of seniors and a couple of there were some really good shooters, actually. I mean, one of them used to be a pro, and then he kind of took a step back or whatever. Anyways, I shot with some really good guys, and I had a really
Cool.
good time. Pressure wasn't a lot of pressure because I was shooting. I'm shooting with guys that are kind of like, we're just out here kind of thing, and that's how I like to shoot, anyways, man. I think sometimes we put way too much pressure on ourselves when we go out to these things, and whenever you get, especially on a semi-pro range, which they like to, I guess they technically call K50 a semi-pro. I'm not,
Well, I mean, where do you go after you went out?
Well, I know, but I thought they took that stigma away a couple of years ago, but evidently
It
it's kind
doesn't
of
say
still
that, but it's where. I mean, that's
right.
what
Yeah,
we're gonna call it.
right. So generally, when you step on that range, there's a lot of tension. Like there's a lot of tension, and it's like, man, I didn't come out here for all this, dude. I'm 46 years old, man. These guys are in their 20s. I'm shooting against guys in their freaking 20s, man.
Boy, you sound
Like,
like me 4 years ago.
bro, I ain't got a snowball chance in heck, of doing anything. You know what I mean? Like you dudes can see, you're strong, you can see, you ain't got neck problems, back problems. You probably sleep 8 hours a day. I don't, you know what I mean? That type of thing. Like, I ain't got nothing, man. So it was really refreshing to be able to kind of step out there and
Yep.
just shoot your bow, man. So I had a good time, man. I actually put up a decent score, and that was pretty cool.
Well, that's awesome. Yeah, I mean, you did do pretty well. I did the count, and it could be off, but 150 Georgia archers at that event.
That's really good. That's I was
It
actually
should
thinking
be good.
yes,
It
and I
is
was
the
fixing
closest.
right, and that's what I was fixing to say. I was actually thinking might be a little bit higher than that because we're so close.
Yeah.
So there
But
must have been some other things going on this weekend.
150 archers shoot this weekend in the class, so that was pretty good. Let's see here. Let's see. So let's go. 28 top tens
Okay.
of Georgia archers, and here are the top fives.
Mm-hmm.
So in crossbow, second place was Danny Morgan. Good job, Danny. In Eagle Open Boys, old Brody Broadnax. If you
Brody
know,
Broad. Oh
if
yeah, a
you,
Broadnax. And that's
that's a
not abnormal to see a Broadnax in first place or at anything. You know what I mean?
good job, Brody.
Good job, buddy.
After a long hiatus in the known 45, Nathan Dennis.
Okay, congratulations, brother.
I think he figured it out 6 years. He hadn't shot at an ASA. He finished fifth. So congratulations on that. In
Heck
the
yeah,
known
good shooting.
in the known 50, there's this guy that was not supposed to go and showed up and showed out. So Dwayne Horton in third place there for the
Congratulations to
K50
congratulations to the saltwater baby,
saltwater baby, the manna from
the
Savannah.
manna from Savannah.
That's right. Men's hunter 45, first place Blake Reagan.
Blake Reagan. Yeah.
Uh
Good
huh.
shooting. He shot a he shot a and I'm just going he shot a K45 score. I mean,
Yeah,
did you see his
he
score? He
shot. I
shot
saw the score.
yeah, he shot a K45 score. I mean, heck, he should be shooting K45.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a pretty stout score.
So they over here having
I
discussions
see it.
in the chat.
Big John. Big
Let's
John's my
see.
hero. He's my hero too, Lynn.
Oh man.
Thank you,
Yeah.
Jeremy.
Jeremy said, yep. So let me see here. Where are we at? Oh yeah. Men's open 45. Walker Scarborough. He has been on a tear, third place.
Third place,
So
Walker Scarborough.
he's been judging yardage really well.
That's good.
In the senior known class, third place was Jeff Markham. So
Okay.
that's the class I shot in. Congratulations, Jeff. There were some stupid scores. I'm not
Yeah.
gonna lie.
Yeah.
Super senior known.
Yep. Super
There's a
senior known.
gal from down your way.
Oh yeah.
Oh, Buster Marshall,
Buster Morale.
Buster Morale.
Yep. Old Buster. That's another one of them saltwater babies right
Yeah.
there. You know.
Oh,
He
Buster.
he
Well,
figured some things out this past weekend.
yeah, but he hung in Florida for a while too. So yeah,
There's saltwater down there.
still I know,
A lot of
but
it.
a lot of it for sure. But he was, but now he's done come up a little ways and hung out with y'all. So
Hmm.
congratulations on that. I mean that's something else right there.
He had a killer score. He figured some things out this weekend. Congratulations to him.
I'm happy for him because when we talked at the last shoot that we were all at, he was like trying to figure some things out.
Hmm.
So it looks like he put them together.
He did.
So now you can go for the last half here.
We got women's K40 coming in fifth places, and I know why you gave me this name because I'm fixing to slaughter her name. But women's K50 fifth place is Heidi Vu. I feel like I did that right. I don't have the score right here, but fifth place in the women's
Yep.
K50 is good because those girls can shoot in that class. Those
Yep.
girls can shoot in that class. We got coming in fourth place in women's K45 is Gabriella Alfaro.
Yep.
Gabby again coming in the top five. She's
Yep.
if she ain't careful, she's gonna be shooting. She's gonna be shooting with the big girls next year if she
For
ain't careful.
sure.
Yeah.
For sure.
Not telling her to go out there and sandbag or nothing. Do your thing, girl. Go out there and do your thing. Don't
She
hold back
has.
nothing. But she's been shooting really well. That's for
Yep.
sure. Yeah.
She's definitely not going to bag a sand. She
No, we're
is
not.
no.
Yeah, don't do that. Yeah,
She's
don't do that.
she's not. She's already plotted that if it happens, she already that she knows what she's got to do. So
Good for her. Good for her. I don't like all that sandbagging and lateral moving and all that stuff. Now, if you're good enough to go, then go. Women's pins 40, second place, Kirsten Nowling. Congratulations, Kirsten, on your podium finish.
yep.
You got youth adult pins male, fifth place, Cohen Newby. Congratulations on your fifth place finish. In the youth Olympic recurve, first place, Max Raymer.
Yep.
Now, let me ask you a question about the Youth Olympic recurve because I'm not real versed on it. As far as like 3D goes,
Okay.
what is the yardage for Youth Olympic recurve in 3D? What's the max yardage for that?
I want to say it's 25.
Is it 25?
I
Okay,
think so.
okay. Well, that's. I mean,
That
that's
ain't,
that
yeah,
that ain't nothing to you gonna shake a stick at that. I mean, it ain't like you just going out there just you know what I mean, just blasting away at 12s at 25 yards with
for
Olympic
sure.
recourse. I mean, that's pretty stout, man. Congratulations to all the podium finishers out there in Georgia, and congratulations to everybody the names that we just mentioned right here. So what did we give the top 10? Is that what we just gave?
Yep.
The top 10 finishers. So
Well, the top 5 is what we gave in the names. And
okay.
then there were some that were 6 through 10, which ended up about 15 more names if we called all them out.
Oh well.
So, I mean, Georgia did well. There's not a doubt about it. They did
Heck yeah.
well. So,
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
and on Sunday, North Georgia Archery and Cumming, the guy that does it in his backyard, I didn't see anything on it, so I couldn't answer the question to see. You know,
Oh,
yeah, Buster smoked it. There's no doubt about it. And
Yeah, Buster shot good. Yeah.
Lynn, we're all heroes in our backyard, bud, for sure.
You ain't lying. I promise you that. I can't miss in my backyard.
Yeah.
And if I do, I ain't telling nobody.
Michael Hauer,
Oh, yeah,
yeah,
Mike.
there
Yeah,
he
we
goes.
forgot about Mike.
It,
Yeah, Mike.
it I missed it in the process. I'm telling you, it's one of them things when I was typing, and then Mr. Hood. So that was second and third in the semi-pro class.
That's right. Yeah.
I
I
can't
forgot
believe
about Mike.
I look. It's when I was typing. It was in there because I got pictures. And I show
Oh,
hated I missed it.
I just seen Mike's post, and I
Yep.
just commented on Mike's post before we
Yep.
started doing this. So I forgot about that.
Man,
My
my
apologies, Mike.
apologies.
Yeah,
Yep.
you
And
shot
then
well.
Brent and then
He's
Brent
been
was right
shooting
behind.
really good. Yeah.
Brent was right behind him. So, yeah, I apologize for that I missed that in my typing. But yes, semi-pro, roar it out.
So I'd like to pick your brain about Michael's decision because Michael obviously I don't know if he's on here or not, but if he is on here, oh yeah, Melinda Hawk, she come in sixth. But we
Yep,
just
she
did the
was
top
six.
five, Danny.
We just did the top 5. But yes, there was a bunch more. If I roll down that list, we had about 15 more that was in the top 10.
That's right.
So
But I don't know if you were part of the persuasion to get Michael to shoot Hoyt this year. But how did that go down? Because I know he's been shooting Darton the past couple of years, something like that.
yeah, he was a dart and shooter for several last few years. I mean, he had a Bowtech. He had a Hoyt at one time a few years ago.
Okay.
Um,
When I first met Michael, I think he had just switched to Bowtech, if I'm
yeah.
not mistaken.
So yeah, he was shooting a Hoyt, went to the Bowtech, and then was shooting the Darton, which he was shooting it good. I mean, he was breaking in the top whatever. Well, I'm not gonna say I persuaded him, but I told him he needed to try this bow.
Okay.
He really liked the Hoyt when he shot it last time, and I said the difference between this one and that one is, well, it points, it parks,
Sure. Yeah.
and it didn't, it didn't, it just didn't. I couldn't get the Invicta to park. Right, it hit the middle, but it floated and it irked the heck out of me.
Yeah. Unfortunately, I have heard that a few times about that Invicta. But I do know that new Hoyt it
Did you
shoots really.
see? Did you see what Blake Reagan said?
What do you say?
No matter your score, looks like that, like that Hoyt added 10 bonus points to
It
your
added
game
10 boys.
just because it's in your hands.
That's right.
Uh,
Well, I seen the picture. I mean that red
look,
and white jersey looks good now.
your daddy's talking about he wants to get all top 10. I had to go back in there and freaking see Vroom was in 6th place. Yes, there was a
Well,
bunch of folks that ran
well,
out of
I tell you what, Daddy, you go and get
type
us some
type
names
it
of
type
the
the
top 10.
list.
You go in there and start typing it right there, and then we'll announce them. Congratulations to all the top 10 finishers
No,
in
for
Georgia.
sure. I am.
Yeah,
They all deserve it. There's no doubt about it. I'm
absolutely.
not trying to knock it, but man, if we try to read the 150 names of all the people and what they scored,
We'd be here all night.
that's why we did. Look, do it. It's y'all's podcast. Oh my God.
No, it's
Yeah.
y'all's podcast. We're
We
doing this
do
for
this for
y'all.
y'all. 100%. Oh my goodness. The best part about it is that we got some interaction, you know?
That's right. Eric says Allie agrees with Blake about the adding 10 points. So evidently,
Hey,
hey,
I'm telling you, and I've talked to several people that are reps of other companies that are whatever, and they say that must be a shooting bow considering what they've seen, not just with regular pros, but some regular Joes that put up some bigger numbers.
absolutely.
You
Yeah.
know, for it to jump the way it did, it has to be a good shooting bow.
I've seen it, and there's been a lot of people switch to it this year because it just, and I've shot it, we got it at the shop up there, and I've
It
shot
points
bills
good.
a number of times, and it's probably out of the lineup of Hoyts that I've shot, and I haven't been shooting that long, but out of the lineups of Hoyts, that's the best shooting one, even out of their hunting bows. I mean, that's their best shooting bow. In my personal
I'm telling you, it's a good shooting. Matter of fact, it's that good of a shooter that the 34, the concept 34, in a wilderness would be pretty sweet to hunt with.
Oh yeah, it's smooth. No, it's smooth.
You know what I
And that's
mean?
abnormal for a Hoyt too. Usually them things ain't
So
that smooth. So
it did good. I was gonna Jesse had said something about the ridiculous scores. I have to give props. His daughter shot her best score ever.
I seen that.
And
I did.
And I'm gonna have to do it because this drives me ape crazy. Let me get him. I'm fixing to do it. I gotta pull it up. Y'all give me a half second. Entertain yourselves. read some comments.
Top 10, not all 150. No, we ain't doing all 100.
No. I understand that, but I mean, I'd have to. You don't. He doesn't understand how it takes to count this because it ain't like I can just do a. It ain't like I can just do a search, sir, and just go all Georgia archers and tell me where they finished. It doesn't work that way. I wish it did. Gosh almighty, I wish it did.
So Eric Allie's getting ready to go to Arizona. Is that where she's going? I seen there was a post or something where she's practicing or something.
She's practicing, but she's not going to make Arizona this weekend. She will make Gator Cup.
Gator Cup, okay.
And the Youth World Trials is also the same week. So
okay.
She's just putting in some work. And then she put the green one down and got the blue and black one, and it's pounding. So
the Skeeter, did she get the Skeeter?
No, hers is blue on black.
Oh, okay, I got you.
Let me look. I'm
blue
trying to find
black it. Tears from a river.
Youth Open Girls. All right, you ready?
Yep. Let's see what we got.
So Miss Garrett finished 6th. So there she was. Miss Anderson finished 8th. Great. So Chloe Nelson, she's not from Georgia, but she shot a 240 on her first round.
Holy, are you serious?
100%. You know what she shot on second round? 236.
Are you serious?
476 total.
Now, Daddy, you on here? Is that the girl that you shot with at Lancaster, Daddy? What was her name, John?
Chloe Nelson.
I think that was the young lady that Daddy shot with at Lancaster. She was on Daddy's bail, if I'm not mistaken. Now.
So, and Todd Smith, right? And his daughter. His daughter finished 34 up on the first day and 14 up on the second day.
Yeah, that's the girl.
That's her.
Daddy, yeah.
Oh my God. I don't care.
Hold on, my daughter just walked in from Key West. Hey, you leaving already? Heck, you just freaking got here. All right.
Look.
Bye, baby. She won Lancaster. Jesse said she won.
Yeah,
that girl.
That
young
right.
lady won.
She did. Yeah. But that's what it's like you said, stupid numbers, man. It's like, and then I was like, okay, that's unreal. I don't remember seeing anybody shoot all 12s. Not in a.
If I'm not mistaken, there was one youth that did it a couple years ago, and I think Curtis told me the kid did it a couple of years ago in somewhere. I don't know where it was, but maybe I'm wrong. I could be spewing misinformation, but I'm pretty sure Curtis said one kid shot 40 up on a round one time.
Yep. Man, it was just good to see all those Georgia archers. You're 100% right, Jonathan. Did they?
Mhm.
But you see what Blake said? I could, man. That I mean, no doubt. I'm telling
No,
you, it's unfreaking real.
no,
Some of the scores were, I mean, and no doubt that that the course wasn't. Some of these courses wasn't. There wasn't. I mean, there. You didn't hear the complaints of, "Oh my God, it was so long," and "Oh my God, it was just so." You didn't hear that. You heard it was a. I thought it was a great course because it had some gimmies and some takes, right?
that's right. Hmm.
And so at least the one I shot, and everybody else felt the same way.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
like,
my day one was longer than my day two. Like
yeah,
so C range was longer than D range. But D range had just and it was just a really good mix. Scott does a really good job of setting these things up and letting them be competitive.
except
You know
he
what I
got
mean?
except when he got arrested. You see that
Yeah,
picture? That was hilarious.
that was
My
funny.
boy Scott's looking for bail money. In case y'all didn't know.
Somebody go bail him out because we need him. We need him down in Louisiana setting ranges because I don't know who can do it. But he does. But anyway, he does do
Oh
a good
yeah,
job. He does
he
a really
does a
good job.
great job.
I think the quartering, the way he quarters the targets, has, in my opinion, since I've been shooting. I don't know if this was a thing, years ago, or whatever, but I didn't really see a lot of quartered targets before Scott started setting the ranges, and quartering the targets has created a different element in the game for me because I haven't learned how to shoot like a hard quarter. You know what I'm saying? For
Uh,
instance, there was like a 46-yard hyena that was quartered away. And he was quartered away pretty good, where you can only see like maybe half of the scoring ring. Where
turns into an oval instead of a
exactly.
circle, right?
And it's how do you shoot that? I don't know how to shoot that yet. I'm still trying to figure that out myself. You know what I mean? So
For
that
sure,
brings a different element to it, man. It was pretty
it
good. It
does.
was a
It was
really good
good. Yeah, Daniel. Eights don't help a weekend, baby. That's a fact. Them snowmen.
28 up, not even a check for K45 this time.
Yes, sir.
Yeah,
That's
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 the
that's what we're talking about. That's the scores. There were some stupid. That's what I was doing was going through because
yeah,
I was trying to figure out like those type of score. Like K45.
yeah.
I was just like, well, what won that? So let's see what won K45. 48 up.
Wow.
42 up was second. 42 up was third.
Mm, mm.
Nathan, right, 6 years out of place, finished fifth overall, was 38 up.
Good night.
Didn't get him on the podium.
Hmm.
That's
When
crazy.
you shoot 38 up and you don't get
Ask,
on that podium,
ask Blake about that one.
oof.
Blake knows about that one.
Yeah, that one
Where's
would make
Reagan
you
at?
mad.
We talked about this. We did the math from the whole year from before and what the averages were, whatever. He
That's
beat
right.
it by about 7 or 8 and couldn't even make the. Dang it! It's like every year it gets harder and harder.
That's what Daniel said. That's why I'm standing in front of a Vegas face.
Hey, look, that sucker has been that sucker. Look, I got a message on Sunday from him,
Right.
right? And he sends me a picture. He goes, "It didn't help me at all." Yep. And it was like he says he's been standing in front of that target, working 16 games. So I was just
Games in.
pumping it, trying to get that shot in.
Yep.
Yeah, Blake shot 48 up and not and not got second. It's
Yeah.
just crazy,
Yep.
to
There's some stout scores in there, and
that's
I'm not saying that these anything needs to change. I think that
no,
testament
that's
to the shooters, man.
it's
The
just it's a
guys.
testament. And I'll give you. I mean, I'll say that some of the equipment we've gotten better equipment.
Oh yeah,
I
yeah.
mean, uh, there's no doubt in my mind. Terry Ragsdale was always my hero. Shooting way back when, right? He was the first uh,
The courses have
900,
been
900 Vegas. All right, so I'll click that one so you can read it. Go ahead and read that one.
the courses have been softer this year. However, I've enjoyed shooting the variety. For instance, I shot a 10 on the 16 and a half yard target. Yeah. Okay.
and
I'm
12 to 48 and a half.
I'm
Yeah.
gonna be honest. I don't know. This is the second one of the year, and the K50 ranges at Foley was, I think the average on the K50 on day one was 46 yard, and the average on K on the second day was like 45 yards. So Foley wasn't soft. I don't know what range Jonathan shoots, but Foley
He's
wasn't.
on the 45.
Yeah, it wouldn't. Now this one was a little bit softer. I can say it probably was, but it was a good mix. When
Yeah.
you throw those, and I can honestly say this: when you shoot a string of 50-yard targets, and then he throws a 30-yard target in front of you, it will scare the living crap out of you because you can see the 12. And I missed every gimme, everything 30, 32 yards. I missed every one of them. Every one of them I missed. I was good at 50, 48, 50, 47. If I couldn't see the 12, you know what I mean? That kind of thing. I'm
Oh
good
yeah.
at it. But if that 12 jumped out at me in my sight picture, it freaked me out. I was like, man, I ain't used to being able to see these things.
Yeah. Well, I tell you, it was pretty cool to be able to see everybody, talk to everybody, um, and to know what I need to do, like to get back in the game if I want to play this game.
Hmm.
And so it was awesome. Yeah, the course that we shot, which was the 45-yard courses, I think they were soft. They were should have been. I walked. Me and Danny walked off that range and said somebody should blister this, right?
Okay.
Um, and because if they're on, don't get me wrong, you had to be on.
Well, and
So,
I'm going to expand on that a little bit too. If you continue, and this is the way I look at it when I set my ranges, when we hold shoots and I set my ranges, this is the way I look at it. If you continue to beat the guys down with these long shots, these extremely long ranges, and you continue to beat the people down, then it just creates it creates freaking depression. Like it's almost like, what am I doing out here? You know what I mean? Like I can't hit the. But if you give them something that they can shoot, you give the archer something they can shoot. It generates a little bit of momentum. It generates that atmosphere of fun again. You know what I mean? Like, hey, we're all having fun. We're all shooting 12s. Like we're all, or whatever the case is.
oh yeah,
And then you start building a little bit of momentum, and then you start, it starts being fun again, is what I'm saying. I mean, everybody hates going to a freaking place and everybody's face just looks long. You know what I mean? Because everybody's out here just stinking the range up because it's so long.
oh yeah.
Nobody wants that excuse. You know
Well,
what I'm saying?
Scott can tell you don't have to make one long to make it hard. that
No.
that quarter, your feeting, how your feet are, where you're standing, what the angle of the target up and down, side to side, quartered, whatever. So it didn't have to be to make it, but you still had to think. It wasn't that kind of gimme, but it was closer shots on some of them, and that's the way
Hmm.
it is. Well, see, in our class, 42 up is what won
In your
in
class,
in
42.
the senior class. Yeah,
Okay.
Greg shot 24 up on the second round, 18 up on the first round. So
Okay.
you
Okay.
know, I know what I got to do.
That's right. That's right.
So
And then to go back to what you were saying about Terry, and the fact that, I think you were trying to get at the fact that Terry Ragsdale basically
he shot.
just shoot your bow.
Yeah.
No. There was
He,
no, you didn't have all these tuning aspects and all this other
no,
stuff.
they. That's
No,
what he. Somebody asked him. We talk about it all the time. Somebody asked him one time. Says, "You ever paper tune your bow?" He goes, "What's that?"
yeah,
He
right.
learned. He learned to shoot the darn bow.
That's right.
Now, there's a lot of bows out there that anybody can shoot today,
Sure. Hmm.
and because they shoot well, and everybody has their own type, so you can pick, and there are bows out there that you can make it feel rough as all get out, short let offs, push the holding weight, and so forth. All of these adjustabilities that you got to tune the bow to you
Hmm.
instead of you tuning yourself to the bow. But
Exactly.
but Terry Ragsdale used to stand in there and he would shoot the bow and shoot the bow and shoot the bow, and I watched him move his D loop up and down the string until it would be the rest, and everybody go, "Your arrow's flying like crap." He said, "It's in the middle, ain't it?"
It's in the middle.
He
It's
didn't
all
care.
right.
It's in the middle, ain't it? you know.
There you go.
So he said, I don't care if it sits in here like this, if it sits in here, I don't care which angle it's at, as long as it's in the middle,
Yeah,
you
that's
know.
right.
And
It's hitting in
so
the middle. It's scoring X's, and that's what I'm looking for.
that's what he's looking for.
That's what
So
I'm looking for. So.
um yeah, so I mean that's crazy. So
Hmm. Yeah, I think Daniel said it. I think Daniel's got a good point right there too. Where the problem is the older guys and the guys that don't shoot hundreds of arrows can't hang with these young guys. And you're not wrong. Your blue collar guy that has a 9 to 5, and not even just a 9 to 5 that's working 60 hours a week, not 40 hours. A lot of us are working, putting in 60 hours a week. 50,
for
60
sure.
hours a week. We ain't got the time to go out there and shoot hundreds of freaking arrows. Whereas these younger guys, like if you walk on my range, it's a bunch of 20-year-olds, a bunch of 20. I mean, these are some young guys, and they ain't got much going on. I'm not saying that they ain't going to school and they ain't got a job or whatever the case is, but they ain't got
They
families. You know what I'm saying?
100%.
Most of them, so and they got good eyes and they can see. I'm a firm believer
I
in.
think look, I preached that for several years, and now I'm like,
Mhm.
hallelujah! I'm in the freaking senior class. Y'all can go have that crap.
I know that's right.
And
I'm a firm believer in if you can see it, you should be able to hit it. And it's just a lot of us out there that just can't see it. And 3D is a seeing game. And I'm not saying that you can't you can be a slouch and go out there and put 40 up on somebody. You can't be a slouch, but it's a seeing game. It's eyes. You got to have your eyes. You know what I mean? You got to have your
Jonathan,
eyes.
2026, baby. I hear you.
I know that's right, Jonathan. Heck yeah. I got 4 more years, and I'm up there with them.
Yep.
But I'm gonna try and get these young boys as much hell as I can while I'm
Hey,
here. You know what I'm saying?
I feel you 100%. Um, so I think we had a great time. I was good to see everybody. I didn't get to see you. I just saw you in a score, and is when it got posted. And I was like, that sorry rascal showed up here, but I mean, at the way the ranges are laid out, it's hard in the times that we shoot. We don't always see each other, passing back and forth. So
Right? No, you
I
don't. What,
mean,
what range? So what range was the K45 ranges? What were they?
you don't even know
I don't even. I haven't. I don't even know.
E and F. I think
So
it
y'all
was.
had to go to the campground. Y'all had to go
Yep,
through.
we had to go.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, I got you. Yeah, we wouldn't have seen each other. I had to go complete opposite direction.
Dude, Daniel sent me all these pictures. He got a pile of darn papers on the floor.
Does he really?
He's just pounding, son.
It's like
Um,
it's indoor season all
yeah,
over again.
100%. But he's working that shot. See,
Hmm.
um, we talked afterwards. He's like, my shot. I just didn't feel my shot. He said, and he scored halfway decent, but he said I just didn't feel my shot. So he's trying to get that shot. So now he knows what's up. And I had that same problem. First day, I didn't find my shot. Second day, I found my shot. And if I had been practicing a little more, probably
Hmm.
would have found it a little faster.
There
There's
you go.
no doubt about it. But yeah,
I
this
shot
is
the past couple of weeks before leading up to Benning. I shot some really good scores, and I could see that I had some
oh, it
things
was coming.
kind of coming together. You know what I mean? Like
Yep.
my shot was working really good, and I put up some really decent scores the past couple of weeks. And for me not to go, like I knew I had some things planned or whatever, and I was kind of like, man, I'm kind of bummed out about it because, man, I'm not, I don't typically go to Louisiana anyways.
Yep.
So my next one was going to be, the one after Louisiana. And I'm like, man, that's 2 more months, man. Something might happen. I might lose it. You know what I'm saying? Like I might not get to shoot
Got
for
it.
a
Get
month.
it
I'm
while
like,
you can get it, baby.
so I'm glad I got to go though, man. I'm
Ride
glad I
that.
got to
Ride
go.
that high. Yep.
Yeah, I'm glad I got to see everybody that I did get to see. I'm
Yep.
glad I got to see everybody. I'm
That's
glad I
cool.
got to be there while Buster podium, man.
Stood
That
up
was
on the
super cool.
podium.
Yeah,
That's
that's
right.
right. Yeah, it was super cool.
Yep.
I hate this Vegas game. I know, brother. Believe me, I'm there with you.
Garage range at 10 o'clock at night. There's no doubt. That's how it works.
That's why I built a range.
Got to
That's why
pop
I
that
built mine.
process. Yep.
I built my indoor range that way I can go in there and turn the lights on, get away from everybody, and it's away from my house, so I ain't like preoccupied with whatever's going on inside the house, and
Yeah, Buster. We's on the hog trap.
Oh,
I 12 that hog trap.
I heard about that. So explain. So what is that now? I haven't shot that range before, but evidently it's infamous. The hog trap. I don't know. I've heard a lot about it though.
So there's a round hog trap, right? It's a
Okay.
circle. It's got a one-way door, and if you put food in it, the hogs will get in.
Sure.
And
Right.
Benning's known for tons of. Well, it just so happens that one of the lanes is right in the way of the hog trap. Now, don't get me wrong. Your air arches over it. It's no big deal. But for anybody who's on the shorter statue,
Okay.
it's even worse, right? Because now you're eye level with the top of that trap,
Yeah,
and
I
it
got
and
you.
it
I
now
got
it's in your peripheral, right?
you. Right. Yeah.
To me, I look like it is nothing more than another tree,
Another tree. Yeah.
but it's in people's peripheral, and so it does get some.
Now, I think if I'm not mistaken, Buster, if you can, if you're still on here, I think Chrissy shot that one year, and I think she hit that thing, Buster? I don't remember. Anyways, I remember a
Yep.
story that she had to either shoot
There's
through it or she hit it or
yep.
something like
It
that. You know? Did you
yep.
really, Jesse? Holy moly!
Yeah, because
Poor
it's one of those things. It's in your sight,
Mm-hmm.
and you get to the right of it, right? You're trying to stay away from it, and
Right. Right.
that pushes you to the right. So
Okay, I got you. Yeah.
he said, "I aimed at the top." Yeah, you short, right? Oh, God, he aimed at the top of the wire, baby, and just let
There
it
you go.
roll,
Let
let
it
it eat,
rip, tater chip. There you go.
100%,
Everybody's practicing for tack on that one, evidently.
no doubt. But yeah, that was a good thing. But yeah, we had a great time. It's fun to be
You know
able
who
to
else was there?
do that. Who else was there?
You know who else was there that wasn't there at Foley?
Who else is there?
And I didn't think we were going to see her this year at all for some reason. But
What?
she showed up and ended up on the podium.
Okay.
Emily McGlattery.
Yeah,
Oh,
was it
Aaron, excuse me, Aaron McGlattery.
Aaron McGraw? Well,
Yeah.
but she had a different shirt on.
She did
That's
have a different
the
shirt on.
only reason you brought that up is because she had one of them blue shirts on.
I've been telling y'all all since last year. I've been telling everybody she's coming. She's gonna come over to Team Elite. I know she's coming. I know she's coming,
It
and
was
she
just a
shows
matter
up.
of when.
Well, it was just a matter of when,
Yeah,
exactly. And when she showed up, and I seen her, and I was like, "Yep, I knew it. I kind of knew that was going to happen." And I was excited for her. I was excited that she got to come number
yeah,
one because I know she's been struggling with some personal things or whatever. And then and seeing her out there was pretty cool. And seeing her podium is even cooler because
for sure.
that unknown game ain't easy. I'm not doing it. So
Oh
if you
yeah,
don't get to practice, I don't know how much she's practiced judging
I don't either.
since last year, but she was able to get out there and end up on the
Hmm.
podium. So that was pretty cool, man. That was
That's
pretty cool
right.
to see her out there.
Yeah, but yeah, we had a good time. I think congratulations to all of the Georgia archers.
Hmm.
First for making the trip, taking the time, going to shoot, and 150 archers out there were having a blast. And then out of that was I don't forgot now. I got it at the top of my list. Something. What I tell you, 28 in the top 10.
Yep,
That's
28.
I don't.
28
I
gets
didn't hear.
out
I
of
didn't
100.
hear the. I didn't hear the final number of total archers for this weekend. So
I
I
didn't
didn't.
I didn't do my research. I'm
I
sorry. That's my
did
fault.
not hear that.
Yeah.
But anywho, let's get on with it since we had our midday chat, and of
Hmm.
course it was ASA chat because that's what happened this past weekend.
That's right.
So what's coming up this weekend?
You sat, baby.
Yep, the first one of the year in Arizona Cup. They head flying out to Arizona. I know several Georgians that are headed that way.
Hmm.
Curtis being one of them.
Curtis is one of
Um, the Riles bunch will be headed that way.
them. Audrey's going. I know I seen a
Yep,
post. As a matter of fact, I think she was in the airport this morning headed
yep.
out there, if I'm not mistaken. So, Audrey Overton, good luck to you, girl.
Dwayne's going pro next year. There you go.
No, I'm not going
Uh,
pro. Heck no. No,
yeah.
no, 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 no,
If you win enough money, you'll have to.
no. Good thing I'm not going to
Anywho,
Louisiana.
that's what's going on this weekend.
Hmm.
And then the North Georgia traditional archers has their normal first Saturday of every month in Gainesville, has
Okay.
their traditional shoot. So that's their normal month, once a month shoot.
Hmm.
Also, the S3DA is having their first 3D regional this weekend down there at what is it?
It's
What
at
is
Big Creek.
Big Creek?
Yeah, they're having it at Big Creek.
Yep,
And
they're
that,
having it
let
at
me
Big
tell you
Creek.
something.
He has
He has
put
done a ton of work. at that place. He's
For
got
sure.
bridges built and some nice
The
bridges, not just
pictures.
we ain't just
All,
talking about throwing telephone poles across a, he's got some really nice bridges built out
yep.
there. And a concession stand, he had a concession stand brought out there and everything like that.
For sure. He's
It's
got
really nice
everything going.
park. Yeah.
And breaking news, breaking news, R&D Archery has changed their ASA qualifier from just Sunday to Saturday and Sunday.
So both days.
That's the plan, but the weather's not looking good for Sunday. So
Sunday, yeah, Sunday's looking bad, so that's not a bad idea at
yep.
all. Yeah,
So
bad idea.
I got that phone call before it got posted. It said, "Hey, I know you're going to do your podcast. Make sure you throw that out there." So that
Okay. Yeah.
look at that. I got somebody drinking. Well, y'all can't see him, but got a little fuzzy friend that tried to come up here and drink my cup today. One of the cats decided to step up here and hang out. Big Creek. Yep, awesome range. I think they'll do a good job with the kids. Be the first one for the year for the kids.
What are we
3D.
looking at? Are we looking at the same numbers of 3D S3DA 3D shooters as we are?
Usually it's more.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so 80 to 100 minimum.
Holy.
Yeah, so I can't remember it closed a little early,
Mm-hmm.
but it was it was well, it didn't close early. I think it caught up to everybody because it was a little fast. So a
Okay.
lot of people, they'll probably end up with about 88, 90 archers down there this time.
Hmm.
But they have had up to, I've seen at a regional 100, 140, somewhere in there.
Now, how many regionals? Like, explain the S3DA thing to me, just for everybody out there that's really
So,
and
so
me
that,
and myself too. So, how
okay.
does it work? This is regional number one,
Yep.
and for a regional,
Hmm.
are we saying we got north, south, east, west,
That's
Georgia?
how exactly what it is. It's
Okay.
north, south, east, and west, and they drew the lines, and they have a regional coordinator for each section.
Okay.
And the way we've done it in the past is that you have to have at least one regional in each region.
Okay.
So that gives you four, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And then a lot of times we have a bonus.
Okay.
So, so you can have up to five. Sometimes we've had six, but it's still. So what's the times for R&D shoot? Probably 8:30. I would think 8:30 to maybe 3.
Yeah, it's casual,
Blake,
Greg.
Blake,
Yeah, it's
yeah, it's
casual, Greg.
casual. So
Yeah. Yeah, it's
whatever.
casual, Greg.
So
So if you're going to
um,
go up there Saturday, yeah,
8 to
there you go.
2. There you
Blake's
go.
8 to 2. There you go.
All right. So that answered that question. Casual start 8 to 2 over there with Blake. He's going to be running the show. So,
Mm-hmm.
so that's what the regionals work, and then
Okay.
they have a shooter of the year.
Mm-hmm.
So you have to shoot 2 regionals plus the state for shooter of the year.
Okay.
So essentially, we had an indoor. So we had 5 regionals. He had to shoot 2 plus the state indoor. We
Okay.
did
And then you announce so each discipline has a shooter of the year for that discipline.
no. It's all combined.
Oh, I gotcha.
So
Okay.
you have to shoot 2 indoor state. We don't have any regionals for outdoor. We just host an outdoor state,
Okay.
and then we host 4 or 5 regionals for 3D, and then have a state. And so whoever's carrying those points all the way through gets to the end. So
Okay.
and
Okay.
they base theirs off of 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. You get 10 points for first and all the way down, and then 1 point for participation. Something. So
I gotcha. Okay.
it's a good thing. They do it. They do a decent thing. Uh-oh.
Uh-oh. No, you got to shoot that elite. No, ain't nothing wrong with that elite. Just get behind the bow and shoot it.
No, he wants a little longer one.
Oh, does he?
That's why he's asking.
He wants.
Did I make that phone call? Yeah, I did. I made that phone call, and we'll talk about later. Not live on the Podemocast.
I'd love to talk about some elite. I feel like every time we get on this thing, I end up talking about your freaking Hoyts. Can we talk about my elites every now and then, huh? Can we talk about how great my 35 shoots and how great my verdict shoots and how awesome that blue looks and how, you know what I mean? Let's do that 1 or 2 times.
Well, I'm not talking. I'm not trying to knock the product. We just do. This is business stuff here, there.
I understand. I got
But
you.
yeah.
The LD shoots really well, brother. That's what I shoot.
Yeah, he wants the LD, and
Yeah.
he is shooting his ethos. So he's shooting his hunting bow. So
Oh, okay. I got you. A little bit shorter, actually. So I can see you wanting a little bit longer one, yeah.
wait, somebody just get a Hoyt so he can buy it later. Oh man. Oh Lord. But yeah, so that's what's going on this past weekend. Listen, I'm glad to be able to do this live. It still says we got 16 watching. That's pretty good. We was up to 12 or 13 in each place at one point.
Yep.
A good bit of numbers. We appreciate everybody who did watch. If you have something that you didn't hear us talk about and want us to talk about, send us an email, info@georgiaarchery@gmail.com. So it's info@georgiaarchery.com or georgiaarchery@gmail. Got two different email addresses. They both come to the same place. Look, elite whoops all asses. That's not true. Not
Jonathan,
all asses.
I shot my Exalt LD this weekend, Jonathan.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yes, I agree with you, Alicia. I don't care what John says.
I don't knock the bow. Hey, let's just go back. I won a 25 meter with an elite bow one time.
That is hard for me to believe.
I won.
Ever since I've known you, you haven't shot one since I've known you. So that's, and then from me
I didn't
hearing you
shoot.
tell all your
I
stories,
I didn't shoot one then.
you didn't shoot. No, yeah. I
No,
haven't
no.
heard you say you shot one at all.
Oh yeah. So when I started 10 years ago working at Ace, that was the number one selling bow at the store.
Mm-hmm.
Over 90% of the team was shooting that bow.
Okay.
So I needed to know how that bow shot.
Okay.
Right? I needed to know what the ins and outs were. So yeah, I had a Victory 37, and I put it through the test, and it was shooting real well. I'm like, well, I need to test it in actual shooting capacity, not just in backyard, right?
Yeah, in tournament. Yeah.
And tournament. So they I shot it in a 25 meter and ended up winning.
Did you really?
I just didn't post any pictures with it.
They, yeah, I don't blame you.
It's a long story there, but
your rep probably wouldn't have liked that a lot. But I did hear now the Victory 37 was before my time as far as that goes. But I have heard that bow at the time was a really good shooting bow.
Good shooting bow.
It was a really
good shooting bow.
Yeah. Yeah, Daniel even said that was a good shooting.
Daniel knows. He saw me shooting that Black Victory.
Mm-hmm.
So, but yeah. So, but anyway, all jokes aside, if you want to, this to keep going, please like, share, comment, share it with all your friends. Tell everybody about it. I got some more trad guys sending me more information. I talked to 2 or 3 of them today. We're trying to get more on the calendar for the trad stuff, just so they can find it all in one place, right?
Mm-hmm.
Get more trad guys. They got a pretty good following too. You know that.
They got a really good following.
Yeah.
I'd like to get a couple of them on here and talk
talk about it. Yeah, I'm
and
trying to get James or something to go. So
I'd like to do that because I think that I'm not. If you're not, it's just like anything. If you're not in the circle, you don't know about it, right? So you don't know
sure.
about
Gotta
it at
know.
all.
Yeah.
And I think there's a lot of people out there that might have a trad bow in their closet that maybe they shoot at something in their backyard and they just don't know where to go to shoot. They don't know. And then whenever they show up to one of our shoots, or something like that, there's nothing but a bunch of compound guys. So they just feel out of place. You know what I'm saying?
100%.
So if they have a home to go to and they just don't know where that home is, I think that would be an awesome thing. So
yeah. So if you like this, share it, do it. I'm just trying to get through this because I have somewhere I got to be now.
Yeah, you good, brother.
But we appreciate this. If you liked the live, please comment below on any of the videos that you see. Says hey, or if you're listening to it on the audio and you said yes, I'm glad that I saw it live and got to listen to it. And you want us to do this more often, please let us know. We're probably going to try to do this once a month, maybe, to start with, and then I will just show everybody what we got here, just so that they can know. So I can invite people to come on and we'll all sit around and talk about it.
That'd be super cool. Y'all see what I'm doing here? If y'all all looking at this thing on Facebook, y'all see what I'm doing here with these likes right here, where I'm just punching this button. That helps the algorithm right there. So if you did that right there, the way I'm doing it right there, more people, more it goes out to more people. More people get to know about it. So, and then you hit this button right here, this share button, and you share it, and more people get to know about it. So, just a little information, just
Yep.
like a know-how.
So please share, like, subscribe, click the little dingy bell on YouTube, follow us on Facebook, Instagram, Snapchats. What else did I miss?
Tiki Takis.
Tiki Takis, yes.
Stay off my page. Don't get on my page because you
Yep.
might get offended.
Oh, Granny boy, be offending everybody.
I offended a lot of people.
Anyway, I think that's going to be it for tonight. We appreciate everybody watching and having a good time. Until next time, take someone, teach them how to shoot a bow. It will last them a lifetime. I'm Big John.
Saltwater baby.
And we'll see you.